It's all over when I go out. Oh, making my mind.
And inside the locker room, everyone trying to lock in, get mentally ready for another hard-fought NBA battle. Good to have you with us on a Sunday afternoon for basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Houston Rockets going up against the Chicago Bulls here at their home, United Center. This is Brian Anderson, joined courtside by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter tonight, Allie LaForce. Midway through the year, we've got a moment to check out the Eastern Conference standings. You look at the Bulls, and so far, they own the 9th best record in the conference. Not where they'd like to be.
Checking out Chicago, they've had some terrific moments this season. But where's the big leap upward that we've been waiting for?
Yeah, and you know, we've seen them enough to know by now they're not going to make that switch from good to great at this point. Not this year anyway.
Here are the starters for Houston. Inside, Smith and Şengün. Tari Eason is out there with Thompson, and it's Durant in at the 3. And for the Bulls, Giddey is the 1 with White by his side at the 2. Isaac Okoro is out there with Buzelis, and it's Vucevic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And we are right in the heart of the season. Some teams starting to surge, others running into roadblocks, Clark.
That is the ebb and flow of an NBA season. You've seen it. It happens all the time. Nobody is able to stay up or down very long. I mean, enjoy the highs, but recognize the work that has to take place when you do hit a low period.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Just a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to chat. I wanted to know what he had in store for Kevin Durant. He said, we have some plans, Coach said with a smile, but mostly it's about effort. We have to outwork him at all times. If we give him an inch, he's going to take a mile. So Coach is asking for his guys to go all out and try to slow KD down tonight. Brian?
Thank you for that, Allie. And it's the Bulls with the ball after Houston's three-pointer on the other end. Vucevic, a screen on Eason. Down low, 6 to shoot, and he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And it's exceptional, the level of commitment that Ime Udoka has inspired from this Rockets team, Grant.
Yeah, B. I mean, he's a player's coach, but very demanding, and he holds everyone accountable. It's all about professionalism and purpose.
And that one falls for Vucevic. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Thanks. Well, it took a while this summer, but the Bulls were finally able to get an extension done with their bright young point guard, Josh Giddey. In a buyer's market, they could afford to bargain for a team-friendly deal, and after some overreaches in the past, their disciplined approach stands out.
A good strategy. Thank you, Shams.
You know, very quietly, Vucevic puts up phenomenal numbers consistently. A nightly double-double threat who, bullies opposing defenses on the regular.
And here's Thompson for 3. And the Rockets hit again from deep.
Talk about a great start. 3 of 3 from the field to get the game going. They're cooking with gas, folks.
Pass to Vucevic. And the power finish by Vucevic.
No higher percentage shot than that, guys. You love seeing Vucevic finish at the rim like that. Excellent aggressiveness there.
Outside Durant. And Houston, another 3.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
And so here is Chicago. 8-point game. Back to Giddey. Chicago passing it around. Pass to Vucevic. Shoots over Şengün. And here's Giddey to the inside. Şengün with a steal. Up the floor. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. To the middle. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Rockets.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
I would like to highlight, too, guys, the excellent passing they've done early on. I mean, they've done a really good job putting the ball into the hands of guys ready to shoot it.
And the free throw, no good. Well, the Bulls traded away DeRozan, Levine, Caruso. But Grant, despite all that, they finished with an identical record last season.
They did. I mean, they finished the season strong, 17-10 after the All-Star break. Their young backcourt of Giddey and White showing some real promise.
Here's White, following the score by Houston. Oh, the swat by Adams.
Oh, a fantastic defender. Adams embraces his role on this team as their defensive anchor.
Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Tries again. It's hauled in by Houston. They defeated Detroit in their last game.
Yeah, they hit the court last game with some serious attitude, especially on offense.
And, you know, confidence is key there. They seem to play with a ton of it, especially on the offensive end.
Now here's Giddey. No points so far. Vucevic in the post. Adams covering. Giddey passes to Okoro. The three ball. Smith with the rebound. The Rockets on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. Pass to Adams. Back to Thompson. Over Okoro. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
The sheer size of Thompson makes it difficult for defenders to match up well against him.
Houston shooting their first free throws of the game now.
2 shots.
That free throw is good from Thompson. And Clark, the Defensive Player of the Year award tends to go to shot blockers, insinuating that bigs really have a greater impact on that end of the floor.
Well, you know, the counting stats favor big guys. I mean, when you think about block shots and defensive rebounds, clearly big guys will tend to corral numbers in those areas. But still being on that back line means they're involved in a lot of plays, but they've got to do more than just block shots and rebounds. So to answer the question, generally, I'd say yes.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Kevin Durant talked about the key to his longevity. And he said just being enthusiastic about the game every day and wanting to get better, that forces you to get in the gym. What you do the most is what you're going to be best at. And if you don't use it, you'll lose it. That's how I look at it. Back to you.
The love for the game. Allie, appreciate the report. For Chicago. Jones comes in for White, and the Rockets making a change here as well. Okogie's checked in. A minute 50 left in the first quarter here. Outside Jones. Outside Giddey. Oh, the swat by Adams. Pass to Shepard. Now Adams. Here's Okogie. Three-pointer off the mark.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
A 6'8" point guard, Josh Giddey's length gives him a massive advantage, Grant.
Oh, it does, B.A. He's too big for opposing ones to guard. It's tough putting a wing on him, and Giddey just makes you change your defensive game plan.
Now here's Thompson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit.
And he did his part from the line. True fouls and made them count. So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Here's Williams. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston. Pass to Giddey. Here's Buzelis. And again, Chicago, no good. Here's Thompson. Fires from deep. Okogie's shot is off. Here's Buzelis to stop the drought. Kevin Durant has been leading the charge for the Houston Rockets. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. Back to the game after this break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, guys, we've seen the Rockets really take control here.
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
Well, player and ball movement has been excellent. Finding space, operating in space, and when they've gotten open shots, they've knocked them down.
Jalen Smith is out there with Patrick Williams. Then there's Kevin Huerter. Then there's DeSumo. And it's Jones in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Read the defense and executed. The IQ showing through for Şengün.
Up top, Smith. To the paint. Here's Huerter. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
When you get looks from there, you're doing a lot right.
Pass to Shepard. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter.
There you see Smith's length playing to his advantage defensively.
Huerter passes to Jones. Picked by Smith. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by Houston. Their next game playing at home as the Grizzlies come to town. And that's the first of just 2 home games for them. Back to Okogie. Smith with the rebound. Bulls trail by 11. DeSumo to pass to Jones. Here's Smith. Pass to Huerter. Puts up a 3. That shot off the mark. The Rockets lead by 11. And the foul on Patrick Williams. That's his first foul of the game. And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Well, few descriptions more glowing than saying a player is clutch. What, in your opinion, Grant, enables a player to be that way?
You know, B.A., it's about confidence and command. When you're able to process and execute under the pressure, both internal and external, that's when you have a chance to be clutch.
Group getting ready for Chicago. Buzelis is checked in for Williams. Okoro comes in for DeSumo. Kobe White, he's checked in for Huerter. And it's Josh Giddey in for Jones. And then for Houston, Durant, he's checked in for Finney Smith. And it's Thompson in for Okogie. Thompson against White. Houston with another miss. And it's Giddey with the ball for the Bulls. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Coming into this, having notched a win against Boston in their last game.
Talk about strong offensive production. They went out, played to their strengths, and were successful as a result.
Yeah, not deviating from the game plan is critical. You got to trust in the system.
Smith, he's checked in for Capella.
Substitution, number 10, Jabari Smith, Jr.
Outside White. There's the triple. Smith with the rebound. Houston leading by 11. Pass to Thompson. Now Durant. Guarded by Okoro. Back to Thompson. White with the steal. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks a lot, guys. The Rockets have brought in the right veterans. Coach Ime Udoka said, quote, their approach rubbed off on our entire team. We can only teach so much, but you have to have guys that have carved out their niche in the league with that edge and that defensive mentality. It was invaluable for our team. Back to you.
They've got that grit. Thank you, Allie. And it's the Rockets with the ball. After the basket by Chicago. 3 on the clock. And it's Shepherd missing.
Surprising to see that he had so much room from mid-range. I think he was surprised too.
Giddey scanning the floor. Off target from outside. For Houston, they've got nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Smith passes to Durant. Here's Shepherd. Houston working the ball around. Outside Durant. To win the drought. Şengün. It's good on the putback. Şengün's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Vucevic, he's checked in for Chicago. Capella, he's checked in for Houston. Eason comes in for Shepherd. Now here's White, coming off a 22-point game against Boston.
And let's not forget about the assist. His playmaking was critical for this team.
Here's Buzelis. 11-point game. 2 on the clock. From deep, Giddey. It's rebounded by Houston. Smith's got 4 rebounds now. Thompson outside. Outside Eason. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson.
3 points.
Thompson's got 4 assists in the game. Inside. Up top, White. Eason with some nice D. The Rockets lead by 14. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Eason's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, part of the game plan was to neutralize the crowd. And guess what? Mission accomplished.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Capella, and it's blocked.
When it comes to contesting shots, Zealous is showing us that he's got great timing.
Okoro outside. White on the wing, looking to end the run. Kevin Durant with a rebound.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Releases from 15, and no good. Trying to get that one to fall. So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. The Rockets on top, up by 16. Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
I'm here with Coach Ime Udoka. And Coach, what are some of the positives that you can take away from that first half?
Our physicality has been good to start. Obviously, a point of emphasis is keeping them under control in transition. We like how we're guarding defensively. Obviously, it is big against this team.
Great start. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
Hello, folks. Is this the halftime show? Yes, it is. And kicking it off, let's quickly look at the Western Conference standings.
Well, I think for Houston, they've stayed in the mix. A few people predicted they might regress. Clearly, that hasn't been the case. They continue to hum along. It'll be interesting to see how they close out this year.
And taking a closer look at that first half, how about Kevin Durant?
Well, Durant just taking charge. Kept that defense off balance in the first half. I know he's got more tricks up his sleeve.
Without doubt, Shaq, hard to stop a guy who excels at every type of shot.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. One of the stories here, Kevin Durant. He's getting it done today.
He's hit shot after shot from deep. He's so locked in right now.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
The Bulls trail by 16. Kick it off the second half. Here's Ime Udoka's 5. Katie and Smith, the lengthy duo at forward. Thompson out there with Tari Eason. And it's Şengün in at the 5. Vucevic, a screen on Eason. White with it. Now Thompson defending. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Okoro. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got his 4th rebound in this one. Eason, the pass to Thompson. Over Giddey. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Well, Chicago's shooting a tough 22% from the field so far. Here's White. He takes it in, and he banks in the layup.
The speed, the agility. I don't know how you'd stop White there.
About a minute played here in the second half. Back to Thompson. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün. 8 points for Amen Thompson.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Houston leading by 16. And you watch Alperen Şengün. He's a beast on the blocks, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., he throws his weight around, but what separates him is his skill. Against the best post defenders in the league, he comes up with creative ways to score.
Now here's Okoro. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot 2.
Boy, just a perfect shot fake from Vucevic.
And this will be his second trip to the free throw line. That free throw misses.
You love a big man like Vucevic. Puts in the effort to keep improving. For example, look at what he's done with his perimeter shooting.
And he sinks the second. And here's Durant. He's got 11. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
Yeah, you know, at first glance, you might think Durant has trouble finishing through contact, but think again, folks. I mean, you can't measure desire by body type.
Now here's Giddey. Yet to see a basket. Drills it from deep.
He's one of those guys who just knows how to generate offense.
Şengün, a screen on Giddey. And Thompson gets it to go.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Giddey. Offensively, he's been a force. He's putting up around 19 points a game. Fires the 3. The Rockets pull it in.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And his struggles have been apparent, unable to make an impact scoring the ball.
Eason, pass to Şengün. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
Hey, even guys at his skill level will miss those from time to time, but it doesn't happen often.
And the power finish by Vucevic.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit 1 from range in the first half, but nothing since.
Pass to Giddey. Giddey with a screen on Smith. Here's Vucevic. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got rebound number 7 tonight. Launches it. Houston with another miss. Bulls trail by 14. Outside White. Now Okoro. Tipped. Left side White. 6 on the shot clock. Thompson against Giddey. The Rockets pull it in.
The defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with it.
Outside Durant. Smith outside. Eason finds Thompson. With the teardrop. The shot no good. Giddey with a defensive effort.
Well, it's clear he's frustrated. Just needs to slow things down a touch and let the offense come to him.
Yeah, this is a highlight of Giddey's game. His innate ability to set others up.
Outside Eason. There's 48 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Durant. And that's just too close for KD. He finishes inside.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Up top, Smith. Got a hand on it. White against Eason. White, the pass to Giddey. Here's Buzelis. Pass to Giddey. Vucevic, a screen on Thompson. From deep, Giddey. Three-pointer, Vucevic. No good. And so it's the Houston Rockets. A sizable lead of 14 at the break. They put in work down low, getting in close and scoring in bunches. We'll be right back after this word. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Trey Jones. Williams is out there with Smith. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Herder in at small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And here's Shepard for 3. Chicago with a rebound. Giddey's got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside Jones. Pass to Herder. Down low. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
About 1 minute played here in the 4th quarter. Adams, the pass to Okogie. Houston working the ball around. Back to Şengün. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And the Rockets lead by 14.
Right through the defender, Şengün. No hesitation and no mercy.
Jones, the pass to Smith. And here is Williams, defended by Şengün. Jones from outside. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got rebound number 7 tonight.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Pass to Shepard. Şengün, a screen on Jones. Here's Okogie. From deep three-point range. Smith with the rebound.
For him, it's not been a game to remember, but all they care about is that W.
Herder passes to Giddey. Smith outside. Pass to Herder. And the layup is good off the glass.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
If you're just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused.
Sit down. You're on the big screen. Oh, that's nice.
Big group substitution here for Chicago. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Smith. Buzelis comes in for Williams. Okoro is checked in for Herder. And it's White in for Jones. And Houston will go for a different look here. Smith, he's checked in for Adams. Kevin Durant comes in for Finney-Smith. Eason's checked in for Okogie. And it's Thompson in for Shepard. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Ime Udoka as he talked with the team. And he encouraged them to stay focused and not get complacent, saying we've worked too hard to get this lead and we're not going to give it up now. Stay connected, play smart, let's get this win. Guys, back to you.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Here's Giddey after Houston's three-pointer on the other end. Now Vucevic. Giddey outside. White fires. Cash. smash from downtown.
How about Kobe White with the answer three?
And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. 17 points was their biggest margin. For three. Nope. Bulls trail by 12. Here's Giddey. Now Vucevic. And there's a 3-second violation.
That's a costly error. Let's see how they bounce back.
Well, you know what? Their wounds are self-inflicted. I mean, you've got to play much smarter than that.
The Rockets lead by 12. Right side, Durant. Durant taking it in close.
A three-level scorer, Durant is a pick-your-poison matchup for defenders.
Here's the pick. Here's Vucevic. We've got 1:48 left to play in the fourth. Shot clock at 6. White! Rebounded by Smith. Houston has gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. On the wing, Thompson. Giddey defends. Giddey against Thompson. Now here's Durant. Not a lot of room. Rebounded by Giddey.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points. Well, with a comeback out of range, we can put a bow on this one. Good performance for the Rockets.
And the huge difference today, the efficiency from beyond the arc.
Yeah, once they started hitting shots, it stretched out the D and opened up the entire offense.
And this will give them their 28th win of the year.
And this win will give them a decisive lead in the season series. They won the first 2 with only 1 more to go, and they've got the right formula against Chicago.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Kevin Durant.
Anytime they needed a bucket, they'd put the ball in his hands and say, go make a play. It was impressive to watch.
Oh, off target from downtown. Thompson scanning the floor. And so Houston takes this one by a big margin. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it takes a strong mental approach to block out the distractions. These guys stepped up 100%.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching. And we present the player of the game, Kevin Durant.